Okay, so today we're going to create a type of scape, I should say. You're going to create, you can choose between a cityscape, a landscape, or a seascape. Knowing all our kind of wide pictures of one of the three. So landscape being a picture of land, city, picture of the city, seascape, picture of the ocean or the sea. And you need to think about creating a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. So a foreground is which is in front, middle is in the middle, background is all the way in the back. And you're gonna draw with a pencil first, whatever kind of scape you want. So on this sheet of paper, it's kind of hard for you guys to see it, but I have sketched out lightly a type of landscape. I did put a little lake in here, but it's still mainly a landscape. And so right now I'm going to go over all my lines with Sharpie. So down here, this is my foreground area. And what I've done is I've made all these crazy kind of jagged lines, because in a landscape you might find some crazy types of different grass. So I'm making different types. So there's a type of line. This could actually even work for a cityscape, like really crazy buildings. But here are like big, tall blades of grass that's like overgrown. And then here's a softer kind of line. The grass is probably shorter. Okay, and over here I'm going to make a tree, like kind of a forest looking tree, like a pine tree, looks like a Christmas tree. And a little hill behind that. And then right here, this is going to be my horizon line. Okay, horizon line's like, which is off in the horizon, so all of this is foreground. This would be my middle, and then anything I put above my horizon line is background space. So here I have some mountains. Maybe I'll put some snow caps on them. And then I'm going to draw a moon. You can draw a sun. I think I want mine to be nighttime, so I'm going to draw a moon. Okay, so here is a very quick landscape, and then over here I'll show you a seascape. So this time I'm working horizontally, and with a seascape you might see a little more flowy lines. There are some oceans that have the big tall blades of grass near the water, so you can draw those as well if you want to. I kind of kept mine flowy to look a bit more like sand. And over here I'm going to put like a volcano or an island. And I made some boats on this one, so instead of a tree, my object is a boat. I'm going to make a wavy line underneath to show that it's in the water. And I made another boat, but this boat is farther in the background space. So it's going to be smaller in size. Here, right here is my horizon line. Skip. So this is all my background. You should try to keep your horizon line clear so we know where it is. So that way it's easy for us to tell what is foreground, what is middle ground, what is background. Okay, so after you outline with your Sharpie, I want you to go back and I want you to erase any pencil marks that we can still see, because we want it to be nice and neat. Alright? Okay, so I'm going to work on this one for you guys. And what we are going to do is we are going to create texture with this. So we've made our landscape. Now I'm going to create texture. And texture is an element of art. It's showing the way something might feel. So if I'm drawing a brick wall, I would draw little bricks on it and then I would know how it's supposed to feel. Now you can play a little bit with texture and you can kind of just use it for artistic effect, basically to make things look cool. It doesn't always have to be realistic. So this is an example where we're going to use texture to make it look cool. And we've used these before. These are texture plates, and you can pick whichever design you like. Doesn't really matter. We're kind of just having fun with all this. And you're going to put it underneath your image, and you are going to start coloring in. Now I want each section to change in color. So you might want to brainstorm, plan that out before you start, what colors are going to go where. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start here at the bottom, and I'm going to use a green. And I'm going to hold my paper tight. Okay, so here is my landscape all complete. And here is my seascape all complete. Both showing texture, creating a lot of more visual interest to the piece. So rather than it just being plain, we can now focus on these cool patterns that we've created in the textures. So more to look at, more to be excited about.